we have spoken a lot about worship being more than a Sunday morning, more than 20 minutes before the sermon, more than just singing. If that's the case, if worship is something that involves the whole of our lives, that involves 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, how does that play out then? What does that actually look like? How do I engage myself in a worship that is every day and is every part of my life?
For me, I listen to very little worship music, probably. I listen to some, but I think the arts in their entirety, for me, evoke just a wonder of who God is. That moments of beauty, the objects, the nature, that music of multiple types draws me back to who God is. I recognise the beauty of the Creator, things which remind me of God's goodness, sometimes just spending time in the Word of God, listening to sermons about who God is, reading theology books. So for me, it is all about meditating on who God is. That at every opportunity, my mind is reflecting on who He is. I guess my artistic process, whether I'm writing poetry or preparing a sermon or working on a video clip or painting a picture, all of it is that taking an idea about who God is and reflecting on it and digging deeper into it and thinking, well, what's He like? How do I reflect that? And then it's finding ways to have a response to that thing we're recognising about God. So sometimes that is produce a piece of art. Sometimes I will sing songs to God. Sometimes that will come out as prayer. And sometimes that recognition of who God is my worship doesn't look like a song, but it looks like buying fair trade bananas, because I know that actually in that act that I am honouring God. Sometimes my worship comes out that I spend time with my kids, because I know that that is honouring to God and that is lifting God up in His glory as I do that. And sometimes my worship comes out just by being honest, by being truthful, by being responsible, by doing my recycling. Sometimes these are responses to God and sometimes they're not. The fact I'm doing my recycling doesn't make it worship, but sometimes it is a response to God the Creator, that I actually value the world we live in, so then I choose to do my recycling. So it is as a response to the character of God that these things become acts of worship.
I think for me it was really interesting to learn what ways I connect with God. Absolutely 2, 3, 4 times a day maybe I'll sit down with the guitar, with the piano, I'll play some music, I'll sing, but there are other ways. I think that when I find myself in conversations, theological conversations particularly, even ones where probably someone from the outside might perceive it as being a bit heated and a bit adversarial, I really sense at those times a closeness to God. Not that I'm saying that I'm absolutely right and therefore God is on my side, but just in the act of engaging my brain in the character of God and God's ways of operating and how God interacts with us in those conversations, I can feel myself engaging and myself being involved in a form of worship at those times. And so I think it's really important that each of us kind of can grasp the ways that we connect with God.